With the recent acquisition of Bradley Beal, the Phoenix Suns have assembled a bona fide super team to compete for an NBA title. The question is, will a team overflowing with talented players like Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and DeAndre Ayton run away with the title? They might. But in the past, there have been some loaded super teams packed with Hall of Fame talent that never panned out. These are 5 NBA super teams that failed miserably. 1998-99 Houston Rockets. Let's start things off all the way back in the 1998-1999 season when the Houston Rockets put together a super team expected to overwhelm their opponents with skill and physicality. The roster already had 2 legends in Hakeem Olajuwon and Charles Barkley from the previous season, and their acquisition of Scottie Pippen via trade added another championship-winning player to their roster. With 3 future Hall of Famers in their ranks, expectations were sky high, and it seemed like the Rockets were likely to make a championship run. Hakeem Olajuwon was a dominant center and one of the greatest big men in NBA history. He had already led the Rockets to 2 championships in the mid-1990s. Charles Barkley was a former MVP and a perennial All-Star, and Scottie Pippen, fresh off winning 6 titles with the Chicago Bulls alongside Michael Jordan, brought championship experience and defensive prowess to the team. However, as the season unfolded, it became evident that the 3 players were well into their 30s and had all seen significant decline in their games. On the court, there were issues with fit and chemistry. Olajuwon, Barkley, and Pippen were all highly skilled players, but their playing styles didn't mesh seamlessly. Olajuwon and Barkley were both interior-dominant players, and the presence of both in the paint at the same time caused spacing issues and a lack of offensive fluidity. Pippen took on the role as primary ball handler for the team and might not have been best served in that role. Off the court, Pippen and Barkley, in particular, had a contentious relationship that spilled over into public spats. Pippen, who had experienced immense success alongside Jordan in Chicago, had high expectations for the level of dedication and commitment from his teammates. He was critical of Barkley's lack of effort. Pippen claimed that he was surprised by Barkley's low motor, because he and Hakeem both already had rings, and Barkley was the one who needed one the most before his career ended. The Rockets made the playoffs as the 5th seed in the Western Conference before getting bounced in the first round by Shaquille O'Neal and the Los Angeles Lakers. 2003-2004 Los Angeles Lakers. In 2003-2004, the Los Angeles Lakers embarked on a bold mission to create an NBA super team. 1 season removed from their famous three-peat, the Lakers aimed to regain their status as an unstoppable force in the league. The Lakers front office, led by general manager Mitch Kupchak, orchestrated the signings of Karl Malone and Gary Payton in the offseason. This move stunned the basketball world, as it brought together 4 future Hall of Famers in a single starting lineup. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant already formed a core that struck fear into the hearts of all their opponents. And with Malone's scoring prowess and Payton's defensive brilliance, the Lakers seemed destined for greatness. However, beneath the surface, tensions brewed within the team. The notorious clash between Shaq and Kobe became a significant storyline. The 2 superstars, both driven and fiercely competitive, struggled to coexist harmoniously. Their egos clashed and their on-court chemistry suffered as a result. This internal discord spilled over onto the court, leading to disjointed play and missed opportunities. The Lakers' woes extended beyond the Shaq and Kobe dynamic. Injuries plagued the team throughout the season, disrupting any chance of developing cohesion. Karl Malone, known as the Mailman for his consistent delivery of scoring, missed a substantial portion of the campaign due to a nagging knee injury. Shaq and Kobe also battled various ailments, further hampering the team's ability to find a rhythm. Despite their individual talents, the Lakers struggled to find a playing style that maximized the strength of each player. Malone, accustomed to being the primary offensive option throughout his career, had to adjust to a more complementary role. Payton, renowned for his defensive prowess and playmaking ability, needed to adapt to a new system and establish chemistry with his new teammates. As the Lakers advanced to the NBA Finals, they faced the Detroit Pistons, a gritty and cohesive unit known for their stifling defense. Detroit exploited the Lakers' lack of chemistry, suffocating their offense and neutralizing their star power. The Pistons' collective strength overwhelmed the Lakers, exposing the team's vulnerabilities and limiting their scoring opportunities. In a stunning turn of events, the Lakers fell to the Pistons in 5 games, falling short of their championship aspirations. 2012-2013 Los Angeles Lakers. The 2012-2013 Los Angeles Lakers were also expected to tear up the NBA after making a couple of high-profile additions to their roster. the Lakers acquired Dwight Howard and Steve Nash to join a roster already consisting of Kobe Bryant and Paul Gasol. Fans and experts anticipated a seamless integration of talent and envisioned a dominant team that could rival the Miami Heat's Big Three. However, the Lakers encountered several issues that hindered their progress. Coach Mike Brown was fired just 5 games into the season due to a slow start, and Mike D'Antoni was brought in as his replacement. D'Antoni's coaching style didn't immediately mesh with the team, leading to further instability. Also, injuries plagued the roster throughout the season, particularly Nash's ongoing health issues and Bryant's eventual season-ending Achilles tendon tear. On the court, the Lakers faced numerous challenges. The team struggled to develop chemistry and cohesion among the star players. Firstly, Kobe Bryant was extremely critical of Dwight Howard's lack of effort and physicality. Also, Nash and Howard, known for their pick-and-roll dominance, failed to find a consistent rhythm together after Kobe went down with injury. The team lacked a clear identity and struggled defensively, ranking 18th in points allowed per 100 possessions. The Lakers' shortcomings were evident in the first-round playoff series against the San Antonio Spurs. Without Kobe Bryant in the playoffs, the Lakers were swept in 4 games. 2017-2018 Oklahoma City Thunder. The 2017-2018 Oklahoma City Thunder built a legitimate super team consisting of Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony. The trio ignited immense excitement among basketball fans. After Kevin Durant left the team to join the Warriors, the Thunder added George and Carmelo to their roster to build a team capable of defeating the Hamptons 5. However, Westbrook, George, and Anthony were all accustomed to being primary scoring options on their previous teams. While their individual talents were undeniable, the offensive flow at times suffered from stagnant play, excessive isolation, and a lack of fluid ball movement. These issues impeded the team's ability to consistently generate efficient scoring opportunities. Defensively, the Thunder showcased flashes of brilliance, particularly with George's renowned defensive prowess, but the absence of key defensive stalwart Andre Roberson, sidelined due to injury, significantly hampered their overall defensive effectiveness. Head coach Billy Donovan encountered criticism for his inability to maximize the potential of his star trio and devise an offensive system that optimally utilized their talents. The team often lacked a discernible offensive identity, displaying inconsistent execution and struggling to find a rhythm. Ultimately, the Thunder's championship hopes were dashed in the first round of the playoffs. Matched up against the Utah Jazz, they faced a resilient and disciplined opponent that exploited the team's vulnerabilities. Despite their regular season success, the Thunder couldn't sustain their level of play in the postseason. The Jazz eliminated them in 6 hard-fought games, exposing the holes in the Thunder's apparent super team. 2020-2021 Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets' assembly of a superstar trio consisting of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden was a bold and ambitious move aimed at establishing a dominant super team. The formation of this 3-headed monster began in 2019 when the Nets signed Durant and Irving as free agents. Durant, widely regarded as one of the best players in the league, was a coveted addition despite suffering an Achilles injury that would keep him out of the entire 2019-2020 season. Irving, known for his wicked handles and scoring prowess, was expected to be the perfect partner for Durant. The Nets had the foundation of a team that could play an electrifying style of basketball and overwhelm their opponents. In 2021, the Nets made a blockbuster trade to take their team over the top by acquiring James Harden from the Houston Rockets. Harden was a former MVP who was considered another all-time great NBA scorer. With 3 superstars in their prime, the Nets became instant title contenders on paper. In fact, many basketball fans were frustrated because they thought that the Nets would run away with NBA titles too easily, much like the Warriors had done with Durant on their roster. However, the Nets' super team failed to live up to expectations for several reasons. First and foremost, injuries plagued the trio throughout their time together. Durant, who had already missed an entire season, dealt with various injuries that limited his availability. Irving's absence due to personal reasons and Harden's reoccurring hamstring issues further disrupted the team's cohesion and prevented the trio from gaining much-needed on-court chemistry. The team also lacked depth and struggled defensively. The Nets relied heavily on their star trio to carry the scoring load, but their supporting cast often faltered in crucial moments. The lack of a reliable bench and defensive presence exposed their vulnerabilities, particularly against stronger opponents in the playoffs. Off-court distractions also played a significant role in the team's failure. Irving's controversial behavior and absence from games created an instability within the team. The Nets were unable to unite as a group, which hampered their overall performance. The coaching staff also faced challenges in managing egos and integrating the superstar trio effectively. Steve Nash, in his first ever head coaching gig, was unable to control the locker room filled with huge egos and personalities. While Harden and Kyrie were forced to sit due to injury, Kevin Durant fell just short as a bona fide Milwaukee Bucks roster beat them in a hard-fought 7-game series. Eventually, all three superstars forced their way out of Brooklyn via trade demands, and we were never truly able to see what could have been if the trio were able to remain healthy. Which other super teams do you think failed miserably in the NBA? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications.